let's go ahead and get this started. Welcome everybody to the stream. At the beginning of the stream, I'd like to go ahead and give a little bit of an introduction. So this is a Catholic gaming stream. That means that there will be prayer about once every hour and discussion about going on in the church. There'll also be discussions about the games played fit theologically wise, or with church teachings as we play them. This is a stream for everyone, but we ask that you be respectful of everyone here. If you have a question about the church, please feel free to ask. I'm only a layperson, however, so I may need to find the answer by asking my priest. Doing research or calling Catholic Answers live, as such, it may take time. If you have a prayer request, please feel free to post it. Looking for other streaming channels run by Catholics, then you are in luck. For there is Interceptors My Dog Productions, The Punching, Fortitude, Beard Blevins, Mount 317, Mr. Bushido, Argelian Papa, Father Harrison, Father Samuel Beardsley, Catholic Answers Live, This Catholic and That Catholic Gamer Dude. Thank you very much. God bless you. Remember that God loves each and every one of you. Go and sin no more. And before we do actually get into Guild Wars, we're going to do the daily readings. Just give a little bit of a heads up. We are still waiting for Kate or Red the Dragon Slayer to be available. Did I open up the other thing? Oh, I did, but I forgot to move it. Give me 1 second. So we're basically just going to be on a different pre-Syrian character that's kind of hunting for Eternal Defender of Ascalon, but not really. But it's something that we can do while we wait, and we can also transfer anything over that we might happen to get from him to my other character, so I can have it in the main game while we wait. But without further ado, actually, mostly without further ado, let me take off my hat. Let's see. And you are right. Turn that off for a second. So these are the readings for. Let me turn off one thing. Okay. These are the readings for September 7th, 2020, Monday, the 23rd week in Ordinary Time. The first reading for today is from 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 1 through 8. Brothers and sisters, it is widely reported that there is immorality among you, an immorality of a kind not found even among pagans, a man living with his father's wife. Are you not inflated with pride? Should you not rather have been sorrowful? The one who did this deed should be expelled from your midst. I, for my part, although absent in body but present in spirit, have already, as if present, pronounced judgment on the one who has committed this deed. In the name of our Lord Jesus, when you have gathered together, and I am with you in spirit, with the power of the Lord Jesus, you are to deliver this man to Satan, for the destruction of his flesh, so that his spirit may be saved on the day of the Lord. Your boasting is not appropriate. Do you not know that a little yeast leavens all the dough? Clear out the old yeast, so that you may become a fresh batch of dough, inasmuch as you are unleavened. For our paschal lamb, Christ, has been sacrificed. Therefore, let us celebrate the feast, not with the old yeast, the yeast of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth. The psalm for today is Psalm 5. Lead me in your justice, Lord. For you, O God, delight not in wickedness. No evil man remains with you. The arrogant may not stand in your sight. You hate all evildoers. Lead me in your justice, Lord. You destroy all who speak falsehood. The bloodthirsty and the deceitful, the Lord abhors. Lead me in your justice, Lord. But let all who take refuge in you be glad and exult forever. Protect them, that you may be the joy of those who love your name. Lead me in your justice, Lord. Alleluia, alleluia. My sheep, hear my voice, says the Lord. I know them, and they follow me. Alleluia, alleluia. The gospel for today is from Luke chapter 6, verse 6 through 11. On a certain Sabbath, Jesus went into the synagogue and taught, and there was a man there whose right hand was withered. The scribes and the Pharisees watched him closely, to see if he would cure on the Sabbath, so they might discover a reason to accuse him. But he realized their intentions, and said to the man with the withered hand, Come up and stand before us. He rose and stood there. Then Jesus said to them, I ask you, is it lawful to do good on the Sabbath rather than to do evil, to save life rather than to destroy it? Looking around at them all, he then said to him, Stretch out your hand. He did so, and his hand was restored. They became enraged and discussed together what they might do to Jesus. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise be to you, Lord Jesus Christ. In the name of Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen. And since I do have food here, in the name of Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen. Bless us, our Lord, for these thy gifts which we're about to receive from thy bounty through Christ our Lord, amen. May the souls of the faithfully departed, through the mercy of God, rest in peace, amen. Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen. Now, this is admittedly going to seem like a lot of food while I happen to eat it, but I don't. This is basically my food for the entire day. So, it's not quite as bad, I think. Like, you get what I'm trying to say, I think. Let's turn this on. That was the wrong button. There we go. I got there eventually. Let's see, how many baked husks do we have? Not enough. Okay. So yeah, as I said earlier, we were basically just waiting for Kate to be available. Yeah, I'll start with the biscuit, why not? I swear, one day those devours are going to be the death of Duke Gavin. Some rumor convinced him that there's an even bigger Devourer nest hidden within the catacombs below Ashford Abbey, and that an eggless fool actually went down there looking for it. Now we need to waste our limited resources to go on a rescue mission. Say, you don't look too busy. How would you like to go find the poor Duke before something down there decides to eat him for breakfast? Okay. But I do want to go get some baked husk first. So we'll do a quick little run. Especially because that's easy while I eat, so... Hope everybody's doing fine on this Labor Day, though. Plus, we're getting a decent amount of husk this way, so, you know, it works out pretty well. I'll turn the game down just a little bit, though. Not the music. Let's see. Probably the effects. I think the music is fine at the current moment. Now, as long... I don't know, actually. I should probably check that, because it might have changed while I was... that's fair. I do want to check that real quickly. Let's see. That's for the 7th. Today is the 7th, so it is baked husk. Yeah, not so interested in the hammer at the moment. Like, the hammer's good, but... because I can sell it. But it's still not the main thing that I'm currently here for. I think that aside from this one, which we're waiting to pop back up... oh, there's one more over there too, actually. Might be more than I thought, which is fine. There's a couple down there at least. By a couple, I mean there's at least one. Obviously, these aren't going to help with the experience, but I think I talked about it a little bit earlier, but not much. There is a character called Nicholas Sanford who becomes Nicholas the Traveler later in the game. That part doesn't really matter at the moment, but basically he'll take all of the knickknacks that you have. It's a different one each day. You trade in 5 for gift, and the gifts aren't super great in pre-Syrian, but they're not bad either. They're basically just free points to help you with certain titles, which, since I am working on titles for a character, it's not a bad idea for me to... yeah, you attack that platform. Good. That brings us to 22. We'll have to do one more, but I don't think we should be just doing that. I think we should go on in to the catacombs now. And hopefully not die. But we will just take care of these girls too, because they do have necklaces that I could use. And I don't have... I have a decent amount of necklaces, but I can always do with more. Like, oh, when the necklaces are next. do love KFC's food, honestly. I know it's not very healthy for me, but I do happen to rather enjoy it. But as I said, this is the only thing that I'm eating today as well, so that's, like, I'm not eating anything else today, because it's like, I know that KFC isn't very good for me, but it's Labor Day, not Independence Day. Independence Day was 2 months ago. It was also the day that you helped with the charity stream, Brain. You process Brain good. I have done my run for the day, though. I actually went slightly farther than I did, and that was even with my leg giving me a little bit of problems. So I think I am actually getting a little bit faster. So I am getting more and more used to the running, which is good. I'm glad about that, because I do want to continue to improve. Like, it wasn't much farther, but it was a little bit. I was able to get up about 90% of a fairly large hill without stopping, though, which that was pretty good, actually, because that hill is very long. Very long? Yes, Brain. Very long. Very tall. And pretty steep, I'd say. I don't go up the steepest version of that hill, because honestly, that way there's a dog that they don't keep on a leash, and it's like, I should probably find out where that dog is and report it to the pound. That way they learn to do the dog on the leash. It's like, come on, put the dog on the leash. I don't need to be chased as I'm running. Thanks. Appreciate it. And there's also glass at one of the houses on the sidewalk, so it's like, yeah, that's a good enough reason for me not to go this way. Great, thanks. It's not like I try to complain. It's just like, basically, do the upkeep that you're supposed to do. Okay, also. Now, if I remember correctly, this guy could be in a couple different places, so we're gonna have to go looking for him. And since we're down here, we may as well hit up the gargoyles down this path, because they also happen to drop, well, they drop their skulls. Fun fact, by the way. Gargoyles do not reappear in Guild Wars 2. Kind of. They're not the same type of gargoyles that reappear, they're a different type, and they're only during Halloween, so. At least they didn't. I'm going to double check that right now. So, like, that could have changed. Maybe they did bring gargoyles into Guild Wars 2. I'm doubting it, but, I mean, it's possible. So they kind of have, but I'm going with it they really haven't. Because they were originally introduced in Halloween, and they look nothing like the gargoyles here. Then again, a lot of stuff in Guild Wars 2 looks nothing like the stuff in Guild Wars 1. Which is dumb and bad. Like, don't get me wrong, I know I've talked about how much I do dislike aspects of Guild Wars 2. But I do still overall think it's a good game. That I do happen to overall still enjoy. There's just major things about it that's like, yeah, why did you think this was a good idea again? There's one nice thing about Pre. In the core game would probably be the best way to say it. Enemies will run away from you when you do AoE spells, which makes sense because otherwise it'd be too easy. I don't think they used to, and that did happen to. I don't think they used to as much. That did happen to make it so that they died really quickly still, in, like, many years back. 10 years? It doesn't feel like 10 years, but either way, a while back they happened to change it that way AoE spells weren't quite as effective, and it's like, I can kind of understand why, but at the same time it really makes it so elementalists don't have a lot to do now, because a lot of elementalists' best skills are AoE skills. And it's like, Mesmer's had a few. I think the main reason they did it was because Chaos Storm was pretty good, if I remember correctly. They didn't really run from Chaos Storm as much as they should. It did decent damage, it drained energy. So basically, Mesmer's ruined it for everybody, if I'm remembering correctly. But I might not be. I don't really like playing Mesmer's, but that's just a personal preference than anything. Yeah, eventually I'll want these gargoyle skulls anyways to turn them in. That sounds really grim. Welcome to an RPG, I guess. Not backfire. Well, could be worse. Could be dead. I do love mashed potatoes. You know, that's actually not bad. I don't think I've ever had KFC's grilled chicken before, and it's actually not bad. It's a lot less calories, so. Admittedly, I wish you could choose a drumstick, but beggars can't be choosers. I don't know how it is for anybody else, but I definitely happen to prefer the drumstick. I think it is the best part of the chicken. Probably just because it's easy to eat. No mess, no fuss, really. Once I get past this part of the chicken, though, it should be better for me to actually control the game. I apologize. I just haven't eaten yet today, so. You know how it is. Don't think I can actually get over there. Where'd they go? Yeah, I don't think I... Maybe I can. We'll see. I'm not going to risk it, though, if there's... Oh, gosh. He doesn't notice you. I'm blind. No, it's butter. I didn't need the butter. It is kind of weird to have a day off. But I'm not opposed to it. I mean, it's just kind of weird to have a day off in between your job, I guess, because I worked yesterday. I'll work tomorrow. But this is a short week, so I'm only working a 2-day week. And it's just like, that's weird. But on the bright side, I was able to exercise more today, because it is a day I didn't work, so that's nice. And I'll be able to exercise more this week, because it's a less work week, which is good. So I'm glad for that. I'm pretty sure that the enemy or who we're looking for can't spawn over here, if I'm remembering correctly. But I mean, we're in a similar area. I want those skulls. That's what I'm here for. Good job, Smokey. Yeah, because if I remember correctly, this is like the only place they spawn in pre-turn, so... While we're down here, it's just not a bad idea to do 2 birds, 1 stone. It also gives me time to just kind of get through my chicken, because I'm really trying to not touch... my mouse while I eat this chicken. Once I get the other stuff, it shouldn't be a problem. It just... Good. That's a good start. That would be enough for next time Nicholas needs gargoyle skulls, but there's always the time for after when Nicholas needs gargoyle skulls. Basically, the time after is what I'm trying to say. Hi, Molly. Maybe this would probably be the best spot. Just farm for gargoyle skulls, you can just leave and then turn around, come back in, and they'll respawn, so. Because Guild Wars 2, or Guild Wars 1, is different than most MMOs, even Guild Wars 1. Once you kill an enemy on a map, they're dead until you respawn the map. Unless they get resurrected, but that's pretty rare. Oh. That does make sense. Not useful. Actually useful. Okay. See, that's why I keep these. Salvage kits aren't really worth a lot, I would personally say, in pre-searing, but... If you get something that's highly salvageable, that's typically pretty decent money. It's not as good as improved sale value, but it's a good alternative and something to definitely be on the lookout for, so you can improve your money that you earn. Then iron ingots will do just fine. We'll probably run out of more space since we're still looking, so... Access denied, what? 1 second. Oh, that's why. Okay. Don't even know how that happened. That's weird, but whatever. But it makes sense why it's at access denied. You want it? If you don't want it, you don't have to eat it, cat. You're just staring at me like you want the chicken. I forgot to put my hat back on. I should fix that. You want pets? Is that what you want? I don't know what you want, cat. You confuse me. I love you. You want the box? I mean, if you want the box, you can have the box. I know you like boxes, cat. You are an odd one, cat. You are an odd one, but you are my cat, and I love you. I do hope Kate's okay. Haven't heard from her. Maybe she thought I meant one Mai Tai and got confused, which is entirely possible. Fries aren't too bad. As with all fries, I could use a little ketchup. Not maybe all fries, but I like fries with ketchup. Definitely have a preference for them. To be fair, if I could control animals, like Smokey here, so I can't direct them where to go. That's the main problem. If I could direct them where to go, They could go down this path by having him explode a lot, but you know, that sounds really bad. But oh yeah, keep forgetting. It's my fault. It'd be a sandwich. Okay. Really, that's pretty convenient. I'll take it. Hopefully there's one more close enough. Come on, Smokey. Or fire him. I'm surprised you survived that fire him. I'm not opposed to that. Oh, pardon me. It's pretty convenient. Probably a little risky, but it did work out, so I'll take it. If I remember correctly, there should be an alternate path into here, but maybe not. This is not as spicy as I was hoping for. I like my stuff extra spicy. I'd go so far as to say it's even less spicy than the Chick-fil-A Spicy Chicken Deluxe, which is not really that spicy either. Oh, another one. I'll take more spider legs. If you guys drop spider webs, I'll take those too. Would like to be a knock on that second one off, but we should be fine. And the deadly crypt spiders do not poison, as much as it probably looks like they should. Hey, we found him! Wasn't too bad, actually. Ooh, spiderweb. Probably don't really need that, but at the very least we know it's worth 3 gold. If we get some more spider... Ooh, more restless corpses. Those might be enough to push us over to level 13 before we finish this quest, which is kind of what I want. Ooh, never mind. We did get another spider web, so... Do have to be careful with the Duke, though. Please do not gash. Gashing scares me. If you could not attack Duke Gabon, that'd be great. Like you dead first. There we go. This should hopefully get me up a level. It did. Alright, let's get you out of here. We've risked your life long enough now. That sounds really bad, actually, when I say it like that. Energy storage, maybe. Fire magic, we don't have enough of. 320%. 340%. I want to do air magic. I think I do for the time being. Let's see. Still 4 seconds. Probably going to switch that to Troll Engine then, which would be Wilderness Survival. So if that brings it up to 5 instead of 4, that'll be a better investment, I would say, in the long run. Then we need a few more baked husks. So we can do that, and hopefully Kate will be available by then. Then we can do what I want to do, which is play the game with her. Technically, you know what I mean. Progress the story. There's still one other spot we could do if we need to continue, which is fair if we need to. It's not. That's really a problem. I understand how life goes. Yeah, I wouldn't really say this is hot. I would have just been better ordering regular. Because there's less calories. It's a little hot, actually. Like, it's not bad. Or I do take it back. It just took a second to kick in. It's a little hot. Not overly, but I can definitely taste it. I take it back. This one is a little hot. Hopefully Duke Gabon realizes there are more important things in this world than his precious omelets. You did well out there. The Vanguard thanks you. So, we do know how Duke Gabon dies, if you guys are curious. He dies by a devourer. Listen, we've known that for about 10 years now, so that's not really a spoiler. I guess I don't consider that a spoiler. See, typically, only improved sale value is better than improved salvage. Improved salvage does typically get you a decent amount of cash, especially since the crafting materials do stack, which is nice. I do hope that Kate likes the cape. So we did. Oh, does it not show the cape? Hmm. Not with the clothes on, it doesn't. That's unfortunate. So I actually do really like the cape. Actually, yeah, we did want to go from here. Okay. No, we didn't. We wanted to do one other thing. We wanted to go from here. Ashford Abbey works too, so either or is really fine. I don't speak French. I will say though, if Kate isn't here by 2 o'clock my time, I'll probably switch to a different game. There's not much to do in Pre-Syrian that I wouldn't say is boring, honestly. It's like pleasant. Pleasant would be a better way. It's nice and serene, and I like being in Pre-Syrian, but I actually really like being in Pre-Syrian, but I don't know if it's very good, very fun to watch, I guess, if that makes sense. I do have fun being here, though, so don't know. Okay, so that both are dead. We should have enough big tusks now, but once again, can never have too many collectible items, so. Not gonna make it. Yep. Oh, hello. Yeah, I'm like 99% sure this is the only area you can get big tusk in, so. Thankfully, they seem to drop most of the time pretty easily. Sometimes they don't want to, at least in the experience I've had, but it's usually never been too bad. I think I have had a time or two where they did not want to drop very much. But thankfully it hasn't been these last 2 times. The red iris flowers you want for your that, if I remember correctly. I think it takes 40. Maybe 50? Takes a couple. You also want them for Gwen, so there is a lot of use to the red iris flowers. Yeah, we got a lot of unnatural seeds, but we can never do with too many. Worth a shot. Okay. How many belts do we have? 42? I'd say that's a good amount. We could do some more icy lodestone, but we'll just wait on those. We'll go get some more char carvings here. That should at least be somewhat entertaining, because the enemies will be mostly on level, a little bit under, but... still at least more entertaining than going around mostly one-shotting everything. The Vanguard quest might have actually just leveled up. I'm not positive. I'm going to check that out. It's like they get a little bit stronger depending on what your level is. I can't remember. $14, so we're one level off, which is fine. 14 and 17. I know that these dies aren't worth a lot, but I like just having a good stock. I'll probably transfer them, honestly, when Kate and I happen to leave pre-searing, so. Really, no scale fins. Alright. You guys just not wanting to drop your fins today, are you? Alright. Well, one is better than none. Does mean we're going to run out of more inventory space, though, unfortunately. We don't have a lot, as is. That's one of the bad downsides. But, I mean, you can pretty much just drop the whites once you get full. If you find something else, so it's not like it's that bad of a deal. So the whites don't happen to add up to much money, but, you know, every little bit helps, so I like to pick up each one. And then... I don't know if Nicholas was always here, but there is this nice little alcove in the back, which I'm pretty sure has been here forever, before Nicholas was here, so. This might actually be in Guild Wars 2. I'm gonna check real quick. No, I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it isn't. Almost positive. I do hate the char. Aside from the spiders, Mary's apples business is going strong. She's trying to keep up with the demand by planting more saplings, and she likes to fertilize each hole with 5 baked husks, being such a perennial gentleman. I'm of course trying to gather everything she needs. I'll make sure Mary uses only dead worm husks, though. You can ask Prinny what happens when you try to use entire live ones. Ha! That's him right here. Yeah. So, it's 50. I don't really know if it's worth it. The small equipment pack isn't a bad thing to grab, though. Like, it's not the best thing of all time, but, you know. You do want to keep the gifts of the huntsman wrapped up, so they take up less space in your inventory. Otherwise, it can be a real pain once you have to start managing everything, especially if you want to primarily just transfer everything to a different character. We are above 4 plat. Just barely, but we are. As I said, we will go grind some char while we wait for Kate. I think I'll finish off this bowl and I will save the rest of the food, because I am getting full. As I said, this is my food for all of today, so I may just not even finish the other sandwich and fries and leave those for tomorrow. That would probably be the better choice, because that would also cut my calories down, so... Actually, that probably is the better choice. Alright. Pardon me. So sandwich and fries can wait till tomorrow. I know the fries won't be as good because they will not be warm, but they are less calories. It'll be closer to my 2,000 calorie intake, so we'll be fine. So yeah, like, for record, you used to need 2 people for this. And now you just barely have enough time. It's like, you do have enough time, but it's really close. But there used to actually be bots that would happen to open the gate for people. You'd load them in, run through the gate, they'd open the gate for you, and then they'd leave. Those were made by real people, though, not actually made by ArenaNet, so... I would assume that they were trying to do that to get rid of more bots, because it's like... Which isn't a problem. I don't know how bad the botting problem is in Guild Wars, honestly. I'm hoping not as bad as Guild Wars or Team Fortress 2. Team Fortress 2 is pretty bad. Pardon me. Maybe one day Valve will fix it. One day. Not any day soon, though. Not any day soon. Oh, I forgot to see if I could get more troll engine. That is unfortunate. Yeah, that's right. I remembered something about it. That group runs off, they run over this way. Don't attack yet, and now we can attack. Ah! I need to start remembering to do troll engine before I actually go into combat. The troll engine does happen to be pretty dang useful, honestly. Like, no doubt. Smokey, go. You guys destroyed my enchantment? Hope not. Maybe I just forgot to cast that too. Would not surprise me. There's a hidden stash there. Might be a little bit far away. We might have to cast the second troll engine sooner than I'd like to. Which is fine. I don't know about fine, but it's what we're doing. There we go. Please stop. Smokey, you should really stay there and attack them. Because if you stay there and attack them, I don't have to worry about them murdering me. Also, they're totally destroying my enchantments, so... Or restoration's not really going to do much at the moment. Let's just focus on troll engine. Actually, hold on a second. Yeah. It's worth a shot. Like, if that had been a Rune of Vigor, that would have actually been really nice. Plus 30 HP? Yes, please. I think we've almost caught up to when I last died. Not quite. It's very easy to die in this particular area, so it's very unfortunate that you can't even use Aura Restoration, really. However, you don't really need to do this if you don't want. They can just drop some decent things like the char bags they can drop. I think they have a chance at dropping some other stuff. Like some weapons, if I remember correctly. Can't entirely remember for that one. Oh yeah, why'd I even do that? Actually just an Axe Fiend, so... One. Ooh. Purple. Not bad, actually. Don't think many people use tactics, though. Still, it's a decent amount of health. Pardon me. I should really go for you guys first, so I'm gonna go that way. I seem to recall it's just... Is that a char group? That's a Grawl group. That's fine. I seem to recall it's just a lot easier to go from this way instead of straight on. That's how I evolved. But to be fair, that was with a warrior, so we'll see if that's the chain. the same. Alright, so we got you. I'm going to want you first. I probably don't want to recast Aura of Restoration. At least not at the time being. This, however, will be fun. Oh, too soon. Yeah, the Fire Imp can usually tank a bit. Not everything. Fire Imp usually does happen to do a pretty good job, though. I'd say that they have a decently amount higher defense than we do. I see that it's been an hour. We will read about St. Maximilian Kolbe here in a minute or few, then. Nice. I don't remember if you guys come all the way, but you're too close for comfort. Okay. Well, may as well pick it up. Actually, we can literally just drop that because all the other gear that we could potentially get. Let's see. There's an Ashen Claw. That's my major concern, admittedly. That sounds weird, but it is. Alright, fire him. Finish him off. Pardon me. See, that's why I really like Troll Engine. They can't remove it. Like, they can interrupt it, but I'm almost positive there's no interrupts, actually, until you get out of Pre-Syrian. Alright. Here's going to be where the hardest part is. We need to wait for this group. Go that way. Let me grab these. Did I do that too soon? I think I did. Please heal. Okay. Now we want that group that's coming back. Yeah, like, there is some aspects about being an elementalist that will make this easier. My severe lack of damage is not one, Ashen Claw. Didn't notice that till now. That was my fault. Oh wait, don't do that. I changed my mind. We are getting some lag, and I don't know why. Okay. I would say I'm done eating. I'm not feeling as full as I thought I would, but it's just better to save that. I can always have that for lunch tomorrow. Run. You've at least started on them. We can always summon another fire imp, if need be. Of course. That's if need be. Yeah, that actually, this worked out pretty well. Going from this side definitely seems to be the proper way. Or the way that I'm going to prefer. At least to start with. Since you have that groove, it just makes it a little bit hard sometimes. And Firestorm. Should finish you off. I felt good. Yeah, I've never understood why Troll Engine didn't count as... I'm not fighting it either. Here, let's make it so you can't hit me. Also, I find it kind of funny that the Char happen to be pretty weak to fire, but they're pretty associated with fire, so... Oh gosh. Whew. Okay, that got close. Weak-ish, but not weak. So now we probably should have more in our survivor chart. Yep, not much more, but a little bit. Okay, now we should probably come from the front so as to avoid that other group over there. So we should wait for that to wear off then. Yes. While I wait for that to wear off, I am going to bring the food upstairs so I do not eat anymore. I will be right back. It's just easier to not have the temptation in front of you than to have the temptation in front of you, you know? Okay. Oh, we have 9 viewers now. When's that happen? Go AFK for couple seconds. Whew. But yeah, definitely full. I think I'm still technically under my calorie limit for the day, but I'm fine with that. No more food for me today. It's better to be under than over your calorie count. Whew, I'm gonna make sure Kate... I'm gonna double check on Kate. Oh, that's slightly a mistake. Hold on. Yep. It's not the mistake I was expecting, but okay. Maybe you're not the biggest problem there, Gas Ashfire, I'll be honest. Okay, wait for that group to go away. And then we can just redo this all again. Is there much of a following still Guild Wars 1? I would say there's not nearly as much of a following, mainly just because it's going on 20 years. But there's definitely enough people in-game, I would say, that should be able to work for you. How are you doing, by the way, Gumby? I apologize, I didn't say that. I also need to read. I forgot to do that. I'll do that in a second. If not, Guild Wars 1 thankfully does have a system called the Hero System, and I can show you that in a second, where you can go ahead and actually play through the majority, I'd say all of the game, except for PvP areas by yourself. So if you don't mind playing by yourself, it's fine. Otherwise, I would say it's active enough. I'll go ahead and load up one of my main characters here real quickly, so as to show you what it more so looks like, because I'm in an area at the moment for Guild Wars 1 called the Pre-Series, which is basically just a tutorial area. You can go ahead and level it to 20 here, and that's what I'm working on at the moment while I wait for a friend to play with. But I can at least give you a decent estimate on how busy it is still in a second here. Oh. Firearm point down. Firearms back up. There we go. I would say that there's enough of a following. I don't know if this will help answer your question much or not, but they actually did give a... That's fair. I hope your online courses are going well. They actually did give the game a little bit of an update not recently, but within this year, they actually did add 10 new skills to the game. So I currently do not have them because I was taking a little bit of a break from the game because I have about 6,000 hours in the game, I think. That sounds about right. Let me just grab all this loot and then I will go ahead, sell it, and I'll show you how busy it looks on more non-tutorial area. I still wouldn't say the game is busy though, but it's active enough. If you do ever have any questions, I don't always agree with the content that's there, but the people on r/Guild Wars, I'd say usually happen to be pretty helpful and friendly about it. But yeah, like, let's see. There's one district at the moment for America, and this is everybody that's here for the pre-series, for the tutorial area. So it's not like a lot of people, but considering that this is a tutorial area, and you can just leave as soon as you want to, it's not too bad. But basically, pre-series is kind of like a little area where people like to stay just because it's different than the first game, because this is where the first game takes place. And by the first game, I mean Prophecies. There is definitely still a bit of people, and it's like, once you get to the outpost, it won't be quite as busy, I would say. Like, I'll show you in a second, hold on. let me move over to my new main, because I have retired my old main for the time being. It's like, this is going to be like one of the missions that you can do for it, and it's like, there's one other person here. But, as I was saying earlier, I'll kick one real quickly. They do have this thing called heroes, where you can add in heroes that you can customize. In a lot of ways, only one character lets you change them whichever way you want, but it basically makes it so you can get through the game pretty easily with heroes. Like, I'll show you Lion's Arch here real quickly, which is not what I would call the main hub of the game anymore. But even Lion's Arch is still usually at least somewhat... Oh, wow, maybe not. Oh, yeah, like, even here there's, like, not too many people, because this isn't the main hub of the game anymore. But you'll see people around here and there. Then it's like, if we go over to Kaineng Center, which I would say is more active than Lion's Arch. Old Lion's Arch, for clarification, because I know that new Lion's Arch is fairly different in Guild Wars 2. But yeah, like all the blue names, those are people that are actually players. The green names are just people that are NPCs. So there's a decent amount of people in Kaineng. Then if you go to KAMaximilian, KAMaximilian is the main hub where you'll find people. It's typically where they happen to be selling stuff, which is why they happen to call it Spamadan. I'll see if I can get into the main district, because the second district is not nearly as busy as the first district most of the time. As you can tell by how long it's taking to load, it's a little bit more busy. So it's like, I'd say you'll see people here and there, but nothing too terribly active. But it's like, you can look around and you see a lot of people here probably doing a lot of selling. So yeah, there's a lot of selling. Just go ahead and report that. I mean, that's not quite what it is. Scamming? I don't know if scamming is technically the right word. I'll go with botting. I hope that's the right word, but it's basically they're trying to advertise stuff they're not supposed to. But the reporting doesn't really matter too much, honestly, these days. But yeah, KAMaximilian is the main selling/buying area, as you can see. A lot more selling than there is buying. Then if you do ever want to play with more people, Embark Beach also happens to be a good place to do it, because you can kind of go to anywhere in the game from there. They basically made it like, I can't remember what it's called in Guild Wars 2 at the moment. That does make it a bit of a challenge, but Embark Beach should hopefully happen to help with that as well. Because it's like, here, I'll show you real quickly. There's enough people here in Embark Beach where you can probably ask for some people. There's not usually too many here, but there's enough. Typically, people will be running the Zaishin missions here, admittedly. But if you... Let's see if there's anybody even looking at... Yeah, there's nobody looking at the moment, so never mind. But you might be able to post looking for group, like new to game in Embark Beach. And then you can go over here. And whatever mission you're on, let's say you're on the Great Northern Wall, you can go immediately to the Great Northern Wall. You build a team, you go to the Great Northern Wall with your team, and then you can run the mission through with your team. So, I would say it's not as busy as it once was, but you probably could happen to find enough people. That's probably the best way to put it. I'm sorry that there's not more information aside from that, but I'd say it's busy enough you'll see people, but not busy enough that it's populated. Excellent. I'm glad that it helped then. Did I ever actually go in here? Oh, I did. Can't do anything with it, but I did. I'm glad I was able to help then. Alright. I'm gonna go back to you. I'll wait for Kate. We'll come back to you eventually. Alright, we'll do one more run through, and then we will go ahead and read about St. Maximilian Kolbe. And I might change games at that point if we don't hear back from Kate. If we don't hear back from Kate, I'll go ahead and switch to Baldur's Gate 2 or Xenogears, something. I don't know. Maybe I'll do Pokemon. We'll switch to something being the point here. Since I'm planning to do Baldur's Gate 2 again tomorrow, I might do Xenogears, actually. That wouldn't be a bad idea. I might do Xenogears. We can just call this an intermission episode while we wait for Kate to come back, honestly. She probably just got caught up in real life stuff, which happens, and is not a problem one bit. So if she's happening to watch this right now, or watch this later, no apology is needed. I understand how real life goes. Oh gosh. Oh, thank you for the follow, Gumby. I appreciate it. Go. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we make it through that door. We may not in time. I'll be close. Not close enough, though. I guess it was close enough, technically, but point being, we made it through. But yeah, I would still recommend Guild Wars 1, though. They're fairly different games. I do happen to prefer Guild Wars 1. I don't mostly dislike Guild Wars 2. I just dislike Guild Wars 2's story, would be the best way to put it. I like its music. I actually don't mind its combat, even though the combat is vastly different between the two. So that will be something you have to get used to, but... I'm probably one of the more people that happens to still enjoy Guild Wars 1 that can see the good in Guild Wars 2. Because a lot of the Guild Wars 1's veterans do kind of get really angry about Guild Wars 2, and it's like... I enjoy a lot of it, there's aspects of it that make me enjoy the first one more. Would be the best way to put it. Admittedly, they're still going to get me to buy the new expansion, but... I can't not go back to Kaineng. Like, I've been waiting since Guild Wars 2 came out to go back to Cantha. Especially since they kind of destroyed the only Cantha area that they did happen to have originally. Oh, that's right. Forgot that group. Okay, then run. But yeah, for anybody that does happen to be new to Guild Wars, you don't have to grind to level 20 in Pre-Searing if you don't want to. Level 10 is a perfectly good level. You can even go as low as level 1, really. It's just... I really like Pre-Searing. I like grinding for Eternal Defender of Ascalon. Be my second time going for Eternal Defender of Ascalon, but that's not a problem at all. Don't run. Please stop. Please stop. Good. And typically you won't be soloing stuff in Guild Wars 1 as well. It's just, you can in Pre-Searing. Eh. Would have liked improved sale value, but I'll take it. Yeah, like that. I would have liked that, which we did get, so. I think there's typically always a hidden stash in this area. It's not usually the greatest, but there's no real reason in not going for it either. Yeah. Like, if there's a blue here, go for it. Yeah. After this, if Kate is not available, I'm going to switch to Xenogears. We'll read from about St. Maximilian Kolbe before we switch to Xenogears, but I actually do want to catch up a little bit more on Xenogears. As I said, we will be doing more Baldur's Gate 2 tomorrow, otherwise I'd do more Baldur's Gate 2 tonight, so... Come on, come on, come on. Hit me now. Oh. Never mind, Ignite Arrow still hits. Somehow. Depending on what mods this has, this might actually be good. That's the second purple shit. I don't know, that might actually not be bad. Requires 6. Well, if it was strength, it wouldn't be bad, but it requires tactics. Also, I don't know if there really is a stance in Pre-Syrian. Maybe Frenzy? But I don't think that would be... I don't know. List of skills in Pre-Syrian. I'm pretty sure there's a list. Yeah, there is. Let's see. Alright, never mind. If it was strength, that might technically be worth it just because of Frenzy. I don't know how many people used Frenzy in Pre-Syrian or not, though. Like, obviously, if it was just base HP plus, it would be better, but... Okay, so there's a Char Chaot. Don't move away from me. Oh gosh, what's going on? Time to run. Please don't murder me. Please stop. Oh, the Char Hunter is not gonna get me. Okay. That was too close. Which I did not happen to enjoy how close that was. Well, die pink. Not bad. Not great, but I'll take it. Don't die, Fire Imp. I'm trying to help you. Cool. Yeah, I'll take that. Let's see. No? Yeah. Okay. So we're just getting more and more stuff. Eventually we'll be too full. That's fine though. Okay. Should there be another grove? Maybe they don't always spawn. I bet that's them. We gotta go fast then. Maybe they didn't spawn this time, which is slightly annoying. Oh, nope, there they are. Run. Run. I'm blind. That's all. Whew. Don't like the fact that the Grawl are coming at the same time, though. That's going pretty well. 2 down? 3 down? 4 down. We'll get that group. And they have cows. Char Hunter. Time to go. Please stop. Please. 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 Thank you. Running a little too close at the moment, I would say. It's working out, but not sure how. Maybe I need to look into reinvesting my stats here in a second. Oh, yeah, I'm just getting out of there now. Before it turns bad. Don't recover. I don't know why it's lagging so badly. That's rather unpleasant that it's lagging so badly, honestly. Nope. That didn't go as well. Yeah, alright, come on over here. Good job. Worked out in the end after all, which works for me. Oh, probably should go from the front again, though. But yeah, I figured if I switch to Xenogears and Kate does become available, then I can hopefully at the very least hit the point in Xenogears where I want to hit, which is being able to... Oh, I forgot to do something. Oh gosh, run. Run. Get to the open world section. That's what I'm trying to say. Come on, just die. Good. Got him at least. You're not gonna get me though. Yeah, get out of here. See, it really depends. Like, if you are in the back, it's not too bad. But if you're healing everybody else, you know. Yeah, I'm probably going to play around with everything that, like, I may as well take out a bit from Beast Mastery and a little bit from Energy Storage so as to boost Fire Magic and Wilderness Survival, potentially Air Magic. Like, I do want at least about 50 energy, I'd say, right around there. If not a little bit more, but I think a little bit more damage would be very beneficial as of this current time. Oh, haven't identified that yet. Oh, guess I'll have to buy a new salvage kit. That's fine. Yeah, like if I was doing a little bit more damage, that would be beneficial. Run, Smokey, run! Yeah, I'm thinking we gotta go for Blaze Bloodbane first then. So let's try changing it up again a little bit. Blaze Bloodbane is not in a good position. I don't like it. Don't like it, won't be it. I'm more of a play with other people character, or even robots. Beep boop. And run. Yeah. Basically, just gotta wait now for that to wear out. You know what? That's a good thing I can do. While I wait, this is like the ideal time to be reading. So let's go ahead and read pages 22 and 23 of A Man for Others. So, in his free time, he began to recruit members, first among his order, then among the laity, including students from the University of Krakow. He also managed to convert the math professor. Pardon me. The time was ripe, for with chaos in the country, people were seeking clear goals, meaning, camaraderie, and an inspiring cause. That of the militia was simple: to bring the whole world to God through Christ under the generalship of Mary. Colby had things moving well when he collapsed with severe hemorrhages. It was sent to the hospital. In August 1920, he was transferred to a tuberculosis sanatorium in the mountain city of Zakopane. In May 1921, he was moved to a convent in Niyazawa, where he remained until November. While a patient, he had orders from his superior to drop work for the militia, and he obeyed. However, he acted as chaplain to the sanatorium where he was a patient, and also frequently visited another Zakopane sanatorium, one exclusively for university students. Under the influence of communism, which was taking hold in neighboring Russia, and other philosophical and social movements, most of the students he found were lapsed Catholics, many atheists. Using what, for the once so naive Colby, was a new and infinitely more subtle approach to acquainting people with God, he loaned books, chatted, and offered the bored young people freewheeling lectures, varying formally so that everyone would express his opinions, as he wrote in a letter to Jerome Biasi, one of the MI founders. The spectacular ability to influence others and draw them to the spiritual life that would be so striking in Colby for the rest of his life appeared in evidence for the first time. Not when he was in a period of health and success, but, as is so often the case with mysteries and saints, just when he seemed useless. His plans for a great work frozen, his health broken, he had so many converts at that sanatorium that the director tried to bar him from the premises. Without a trace of hostility, the young priest replied, "I'll continue to visit here just like anyone else," and he did. He wrote close friends like Biasi and his mother details of some of his conversions, including one of the director of an atheistic institution in Zakopane that did not allow priests on the premises. Accepting that restriction as a challenge, Kolbe used a ruse. He claimed to need a certain book that could be found only in their library, to get his foot past the obdurate doorman, and then proceeded to charm the director so much that he was repeatedly urged to come again. He does not mention his charm, of course. Neither does he mention the things Anna Wojtaniwa Gibbous, a Catholic nurse at the student sanatorium, recalls. Because the hospital director, an atheist, had no concern for the students' spiritual lives, Anna took it on herself to call Kolbe to the dying or desperately ill, to counsel them or give the sacraments to believers, she says. Very sick and hospitalized elsewhere himself, he was a true Samaritan. Whenever I called him, he always came right away. Many times this was in the depths of the night or during snowstorms. He himself might have a fever. In the case of the dying, I noticed he frequently came running, without having taken the time to dress adequately against the cold. I remember one night there was a violent rainstorm, when I telephoned there was no time to lose. He came with communion for a dying girl, not at all concerned about the rain or the mud, and left happy. When he came to lead discussions, he conducted these in such a spontaneous and pleasant way that all of the sick, even those who had long ago abandoned any religion, loved him. Back in Krakow, before Christmas of 1921, he again began forming units of the militia, who were organized in homogeneous groups, one for high school students, another for local intellectuals, a third for the Franciscans, who had been his first recruits in 1919, and so on. To provide a means of reaching more potential members and keeping in touch with the entire army as it spread, he asked his superior if he could begin a magazine. He got permission, with the understanding that he was not to expect any financial support from the hard-pressed order or run up any bills they might be liable for. Well, that was both educational, beneficial, and it almost ran out the clock. So, that's good. As I said, we needed to do that about 40 minutes ago, so it's like, yeah, I'm just guessing that Kate's busy today. Probably just enjoying the day with her family, so that's fine. We will move on to Xenogears here after we try at least one more time with the imp, so as to go ahead and get these last couple bosses. Like, it's not too bad as long as we can get Blaze Bloodbane first, but it's just kind of awkward because he's kind of protected by Jaw Smokeskin, and Jaw Smokeskin kind of happens to be right here. You can drop a couple things that would not be bad either. Okay, that wears off. Summon. Prepare. Hit him. There we go. Just need a little bit of extra firepower, that's all. And then there goes Blaze Bloodbane. See? Nice little 200 experience. Probably took way longer than it needed to, and probably not technically really even worth it now, but pff, whatever. Sometimes you just want to do something to prove that you can. There he goes, and he might have just dropped us something very useful. Might not have, too. I don't think I've ever gotten any good runes from here, admittedly. Which is fine. Not complaining, just making a comment. Hey, that was good. Maybe we can get something else good. Nope. That was worth a shot. May as well go fill up these last couple inventory slots. Because their stuff is worth more, so. Alright, let me see. We're at 66 energy at the moment. Let's knock a little bit off. That should be fine. Let's see, 21 and 44. Don't need that anymore as well. See, I'd like to. But I think that's going to be too much then, because I do want to have a little bit of healing, admittedly. Troll engine, which is wilderness survival. That does still 4. 5, which is good. Does this boost? Nope, still 4 seconds. See, that does move it to 6. You okay? We'll be getting 2 more pips of health, which will help. That'll still be about the same. Let's see, we have 9 fire magic. I just want to see when this moves up to 5 seconds. 5, okay. Don't really need you. Like, you're probably my 4 most important skills at the moment. So we'll be doing a little bit more damage, not a lot of it, but that doesn't necessarily happen to be bad. We'll be gaining more health, which is good. Admittedly, my pet is not exactly helping too terribly much. I should save the sell before I forget. Then we'll switch over to Xenogears. Also, we need to buy a new salvage kit. Don't need it at the moment, but I like to have it on me. And I am sometimes very bad with my memory. I do want to check one thing, though. Axe-Fiend armor is worth 7. 1 tanned hide square, not worth it. That's what I wanted to test. Okay. If I got 3 out of that, that would have been fine. Did not, don't care. Just go ahead and sell. Like, it's worth testing, at the very least. It may not end up being beneficial, but you've got to at least try it. When did I get these iron ingots? Whatever. And on the bright side, we're getting closer to 5 plat, and we were not even at 4 plat earlier, so. Got a level, getting close to halfway to the next level. This guy, dropped his prices real quick. To be fair, he was originally doing 500. Took him about 10 minutes, and then okay. It didn't take him that long. It did take him longer than I thought. So yeah, give me 1 second as I get Xenogear set up. So on the right